Welcome back to Surviving Alabama, guys, and today is going to be the day whether it's ready or not. And so 2 weeks ago, I pulled an ear of this corn. This is Jimmy Red corn, and I pulled it, and it was like white. So then, flash forward a week, I pulled an ear of corn, and it was just starting to turn a little bit of hint. But as you can see, this corn is way past ready, way past. So I don't care what it looks like. It's getting pulled today, and because I've got to have time enough to replant. So whatever it looks like is whatever it looks like, and I'm gonna take y'all along, and we're just gonna pick it. We're gonna shuck it, and I'm gonna put it up whatever it looks like, and if it's crappy, I'm gonna feed it to the chickens. So whatever it is whatever it is. But I have a feeling it's probably gonna be okay. We'll see. By the way, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up. Share it with your friends, all the things. I'm doing all kinds of stuff here. I don't just do gardening. I don't just do homesteading. I don't just do mechanical stuff. I do literally everything that I'm doing anyway. So please follow along, subscribe, all that. All right, now back to business. I'm gonna start picking, and wow, is the weeds tall. So I really dropped the ball on getting this weeded. I have weeded. I had it spaced well enough so I could run the tiller through here, and I did do that. I tilled between the rows, and that works pretty well, and it actually heals the corn too. And but the last several weeks I've been out of town, been gone, all that. So let's get to it. I've got some help here. She came to help, but I'm not so sure how much help she's gonna be. As you can see, these weeds are tall. I really got, this was really neglected. My poor scarecrow fell over. I don't think it's working if it's not standing up straight. So I just put it over here with the chickens for a minute. So I just picked this right here, and that's what it looked like. It was, looked like it was going bad. So, of course, I'm picking everything. I don't care what it looks like, because I'll get through it when I go to shucking. But so I was like, this looks bad. So then I started peeling back on it, and the under part looked all right, and I was like, well, maybe it's okay. So then, let's see. So I peeled back on it. Look at that. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I was actually shocked, because it's good all the way around. So a little bit up top here didn't make right there, didn't make right, but look at that. It's red. It's real red. So to be honest, I've always grown white corn. Just a couple of times in my life I've grown yellow corn. That's just not my thing. I always grow white corn, Silver Queen, Silver King, Peaches and Cream, Trucker's Favorite. Let's see. Last year I planted Bilicious, which that was my first year planting that, but it did well. I didn't have any trouble. In fact, we still got some. We got one bag left from last year. But this is my first time messing with this kind of corn, and it does not grow like white corn does. It really has thrown me off, because white corn, when the silk turns black, it's ready. I don't care, it's ready. No matter what it's gonna do, that's it. So this corn does not do that. At least that was my experience. I can't speak for everybody, but at least my experience is this corn should have been ready at least 2 weeks ago, and I just let it be. So I'm really shocked with this ear. It's not really what I expected. I expected it to kind of be dry and going bad and all the things, you know. I just thought, I was like, it's gonna be drying on the stalk out here, and it's not. I'm really shocked about that. Totally different growing scenarios here. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll get back to you. My helper's still here. This corn's so tall. Look at this tall corn. I mean, look at that right there. I mean, it's daggum, it's got to be pushing 14 feet. I mean, just look at that. And look at this right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm 6'1", and oh my gosh, it's more than double how high I am. So do you know what a sucker is? So like, see, I just picked the corn off of here, right? And so I just picked the corn, and see this right here, this little bitty ear right here? That right there. See it right there? That's another ear of corn, but it's small and it's premature, and it didn't grow. So, you know, tomatoes have suckers. Well, corn has suckers too, and you can absolutely come through here when it's making and just pick these off, and it actually makes the ears that are going to mature, makes them better. So most of these stalks in here, I'm getting one ear of corn off of, okay? There are a few in here that I'm getting 2 ears of corn off, which is good, which is really what you want. You want 2 ears of corn. I've personally never had corn that I can remember where I got 3 ears of corn off of one stalk. That was good. But I don't know. I don't know enough, like science-wise, to say why or why not it does it. But tomatoes have suckers too. But it's different. The tomato sucker is actually a whole nother plant that's growing off of, or more like a twin. It's the same plant. It's growing a whole nother plant. But in corn, I don't know. But I am fixing to pick 2 ears of corn off of here. I'm gonna show you. See that one right there? Even though they're not the biggest ears of corn, they look good. So there's 1, 2 on the same on the same stalk of corn. So I'm 6 foot tall, and that ear of corn right there is over 6 feet tall. I'm having to reach up to get these ears. Not all of them, but see, like that one right there, it's probably 5 foot tall. But just a minute ago, I didn't film it, but there was one. I bet you that ear of corn was 7 foot off the ground. Very unusual to me. See, white corn doesn't grow this tall. For the most part, white corn, you know, 6 feet tall, give or take. That's about as tall as it's gonna get. On an odd occasion, if you had a really good year of it, it probably might be 7. At the top of the tassel might be 7 foot, give or take. But this corn, it is just amazing how tall it is. I mean, just a minute ago, I had to reach up. I mean, I'm like this, picking near corn. It's the craziest thing to me. Now, some of you out there that, excuse me, I'm sweating, but some of you out there that have grown other types of this heirloom corn, and this is heirloom. I'm gonna save some of these seeds and I'm gonna replant it next year. But have grown this kind of stuff that's more familiar with this. And I guess I got spoiled growing white corn all these years, because white corn to me is just easy. You know exactly how long it's gonna take. But you know, a lot of those seeds, you know, it takes one kind of corn and breed it with this kind of corn to get the seed that gives you your hybrid white corn. Well, I'm trying to think long term, and I hope you are trying to think long term. And what if we have an occasion where you can't get seeds? Well, that's why I'm doing this. That's exactly why. because I don't know what the future holds, and you don't know what the future holds, and I just want to be semi-prepared. I know I'm not going to be as prepared as I can be, but I just, hey, if I can just any little thing that you can do and I can do that's for the future, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, at least I'm gonna try. And some of the stuff I can't afford, but you know, I'm on a limited budget, just like you. So this is all I can do. But this corn seed, I'm not gonna buy it again. I'm gonna save enough to replant. And so, that being said, I got to get back to picking. Oh, and one more thing about this corn. Now, you know, Hoss Tools promoted this corn as an heirloom variety corn, and I didn't really understand about, you know, the growing aspect. I thought it was just, hey, it's just corn, it's corn, but it's not. But I'll give them this right here. I didn't hardly put any fertilizer on this corn, and I never put any pesticide on this corn. I mean, zero. I was gonna dust it. I did. I mean, I was gonna do it, but then when I went to do it, I was peeling back the silk, and I was like, you know, I don't see any worms here, so I'm just not gonna do it. White corn, a lot of times it'll get worms. And it generally only gets worms on the top, so you just cut that off. It's not a big deal. But usually I will dust that white corn at least once, if not twice, and that's about all I do. Just plain 07 dust. I don't do anything fancy. But I didn't, and in white corn you got to fertilize it if you want it to make right. I know you can do it without it. I just that hadn't been my case. But this corn, oh my gosh, it like survived on its own. I didn't do hardly anything to it. I didn't take care of it like I should, and because I was busy doing other things. And from that year that I did shuck, the whole corn looks good. It didn't even have a worm in it, and I'm gonna probably find some worms, and that's fine. But I'm gonna give it to them on this. This corn right here is a survivor. And so the seeds off of this, I think, is what we need to save, because in hard times, if you don't have fertilizer or you don't have pesticides, you want a plant that's gonna repel those pests, and a plant that's gonna take the nutrients out of the ground and make the best and grow that, you know, so it will grow in adverse conditions. And genetically, that is a thing within plants. And no, I don't know the science about it, but I know that some plants are more survivors than others. And so the ones that are survivors, that's what you want. So I got to get back to picking. It's getting hot. See this right here where it kind of goes to a void right there? That's the storm blew all that down. But I just thought I'd show you. Well, I missed it. Oh, there it is. Look, see that ear of corn up there? Look at my hand. That corn's 8 foot off the ground. Look at that. See how high that is? Oh my gosh. That's the craziest thing. I mean, I can barely reach up there. All right, so I just got through. I think I got them all. This is what I got. I don't know how many ears this is. Probably, I don't know, 150 or so, something like that. I don't know, but anyway, that's what I got. And my little spot over there's about 30 by 35, so that's not too bad. I mean, I did have them spaced out pretty heavily, and that was because so I could get the tiller through there. So, which I only did once. But okay, that's what we got, and we'll continue on. So I'm inside the house in the air condition, and I'm shucking this corn, sitting at a table, and I'm getting all kinds of different. See, this is kind of white. It's just got a little bit of red tint to it, and so like this one right here, See, it's got some red to it. And then the next one, this is the first three I did. The first three. So then I started pulling this one. Look how deep that is. That's deep red. Look at this. Look how red the silk is. See that silk right there? Look how red that is. That's really red. So, a little unexpected. I kind of expected it to be all red because when the last time I checked was a week ago, and it was just starting to do a little red tint from the one I picked. I was just guessing, but that's pretty red right there. Look at this. Now this right here, this kind of looks a lot like Indian corn. Have you ever seen Indian corn? Of course, this doesn't have purple in it, but it's kind of a mixture looking. But see right there? It's kind of all mixed up looking. But the kernels are full. See how full they are? So either way, the corn's gonna be good to eat. So I think, I mean, I gotta do some more, but I think all in all, I would say for the first time growing this and me not taking care of it a little bit on purpose. I wouldn't say it was a lot of it on purpose. Some of it was just circumstances because of me just being busy, but some of it was me. I'm just trying to see if I can grow organic corn, which this is not. I did use some fertilizer, and I used a little triple 13, and I did it twice, and I didn't use much at all. I mean, I'm very, very little, and that was just me. I probably could have got by without it because see, I put rabbit manure and good compost. I mean, the soil. I worked on the soil. It may not have been the best or the greatest, but I really did work on that soil and trying to get it the best that I could do so I wouldn't have to fertilize. But it's still all of one big experiment. So that's what it looks like. All right, continuing on. So totally unexpected. So I'm going from this to this. Look at that. Now, of course, the kernels the kernels didn't come out like they're not full. So, but it's white. Look how deep red this one is. That's really deep red. So it went from that to that. So I don't know why. I don't know if there's like a mineral deficiency or maybe not enough nitrogen, or I have no idea. But for sure, it was unexpected again. So I'm still working, and as you can see, this is my second bag I'm working on. I still got lots more to do. I don't really know how many. Maybe I need to count them. I'm thinking about drying this corn, but I saw the craziest thing. You're not gonna believe this. Look at this. See, look at this here corn. Looks almost semi-normal. So it felt funny, it felt spongy. So I didn't shuck it, I just cut down the center just to see what was inside because I was just gonna throw it to the chickens. Look at this, see that right there? Look, it ain't nothing but hair. That's all that's in here. It's just some kind of little bitty cob, and that's it. That's what it looks like. Anyway, crazy, huh? All right. I picked the corn yesterday, and I picked all the corn at one time. It's just that I didn't get it all shucked and put up and all yesterday because I had to leave. We have volleyball and we do all these things, and had to take my youngin' to the church last night. So anyway, for youth group, but. So continuing on today, so let me show you what I did. So I still have another whole big basket of corn still to shuck. I hadn't shucked it all. But see, I've got a fan running over this table in the garage. and it's fairly warm out here in the summertime. So my plan is that this table right here, and I don't really know how much that will make, but when it dries, I'm gonna shell it and then I'm gonna grind it. So maybe I'll get a pound or two out of it, and it'll make some cool looking grits. And the rest of it, I'm gonna finish shucking it, and I'm gonna put it in bags. And I don't think I'm gonna cream it though. I think I'm gonna leave it on the cob because I just think it's cool looking. But I think I'm gonna leave it on the cob, and I'm gonna put it in vacuum seal bags, and I'm gonna put that in the freezer, and we can have Jimmy Red corn on the cob. I think I'm gonna go on and wrap this video up. I guess the synopsis of it is, it's not really what I expected, because I expected it, to be all super red, but it wasn't. It was more like Indian corn. So, I mean, some of those cobs are red, but for the vast majority, you saw it, looks like Indian corn, which is fine. It's totally fine. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. God bless.